Hey guys, Nekrage from the Oran'Thul here again. This time doing a video for the finesse tree in Archeage. It's also known as stealth, or in the English European version it's called Shadowplay, which is a terrible name, but that's what it's called. Finesse. First ability we got is Instantaneous Impact. It's a spammable ability that does damage, does 3 quick strikes, just boom, boom, boom. And every time you strike, you add a debuff to someone that slows their movement and reduces the damage they do. After 10 stacks are applied, they will get an exhaustion debuff. There you go. Now their movement speed is reduced even more, damage they cause is reduced, and their healing is reduced by 50%. So, it's good. Very nice. Second ability we got is called Plunge, or Cobra in some other areas or translations. When you use Plunge, it will jump you forward, leap you, and it'll stun the target. Like so. Boom. Do some damage and stun them. It's very, very nice for archers, believe it or not. They will leap in with Plunge, and as you can see, if the hunter's mark is on the target, it'll automatically knock them down, and it'll do a lot more damage to the target. So you'll knock them on their ass, and then you use the third ability, which is called Backflip, because you Cobra in like this, plunge in, boom, they get knocked down, and then you backflip away. You quickly do that, and that'll put you at range again, and you start backing up and spamming Quick Shot. But I'll show you that in a minute. Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike is our fourth ability. It'll attack 4 times, boom, 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 and it builds up Death Wish stacks, which, well, Bloodlust here, but they're really called Death Wish stacks that will affect other abilities in this tree, and the Bleeding Arrow from the Archery tree uses these stacks to increase damage. They're technically like combo points. It stacks up to 20, and I'll show you in a bit what abilities do with it. Anyway, fifth ability, Quick Shot. Quick Shot's also got a chance to build up these Death Wish stacks. You just spam it, and you shoot a lot of arrows. It does some nasty damage, and it's like the backbone of the Archery tree. That is why Archery and Finesse have to go together. If you have Archery and you don't have Finesse, you're doing it wrong. Like, Archeage allows you to customize, play how you want, but if you want to be strong, you better have Finesse with Archery. Just saying. In patch 1.0, they're moving this Quick Shot over to their Archery tree, so it's not as much of a needed combo, Finesse and Archery, but until then, you really do need them. Sixth ability, everyone's favorite. Stealth. He'll not be viewable by the enemy at all, unless you go in front of them. If you go in front of them, they will see you, but they won't see you if you're behind them. You could be right up their ass and they will not see you. Stealth is not, in other MMOs, it's really like the backbone of the rogue type class that allows you to use abilities from stealth. There's really no ability to use from stealth other than this one, Perforation, but it sucks. I mean, the ability itself doesn't suck, the reason to use it from stealth sucks. If you use it while stealth immediately comes back up again. It's garbage. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stealth, hit them with that, and then stealth again? They're gonna know where you are, and you're gonna have done next to no damage. I'll explain why in a minute. Toxic Shot is the next ability. Again, this is a good reason why Archery goes with Finesse. Another ranged ability. Damn, friggin' duel ended. One second. And it also combos with Hunter's Mark. If a target is poisoned, Hunter's Mark will have a good combo with it. So, you hit them, do some basic damage, and then you poison them. So you use that, then Hunter's Mark right after that, and then Hunter's Mark will do additional damage. Next ability is Hard Cut. It automatically gives you 6 Death Wish stacks, as you will see in a minute. Ah, dodged. Wait 1 minute. I'm gonna need to build up some Death Wish stacks anyway to show you the next ability. Let me build up some Death Wish stacks here. show you hard cut. 1 second. Boom, there's hard cut. Just does straight one hit, decent amount of damage, and gives you 6 Death Wish stacks. Now, as you see, I got max Death Wish stacks 20. This ability here, Perforation, does 108 times the current level of Death Wish stacks and disarms the target. Damage is increased by 750% when behind. So, boom, you do that. See, it hits twice, actually. You saw it hit twice. If that crit, it didn't crit. If it did, be some nasty damage. You could pretty much one-shot someone with that. So Finesse goes very well with the Assault tree because they both have back attacks. So you can get behind someone and try to throw off both real quick, and target is done. They're pretty much not going to get back up, especially if you crit. Next ability will help you get those crits. Increases your agility by 160 and the movement speed by 35%. So, as you can see, I am much faster now, and I'll have a higher chance to crit, and you'll do a lot more range damage. So, it's pretty nice. You see the damage is pretty high. Boom. Okay. Next ability, Shadow Step. Everyone knows this one, right? Could Shadow Step behind a target, and your movement speed will be increased by 50%. This stacks very well with the fast movement ability. The previous ability I showed. You'll get very, very, very fast. And if anyone tries to outrun you, they're not going to do it. You're going to get it right on their ass, and you're going to be able to kill them pretty quick. This also can be used on allies, and it will reduce the threat of both of you. You and the ally used it on. So if you see someone's climbing up the threat ladder a bit, he keeps pulling, or he just pulled the boss off the tank, use that on them, boom, threat level dropped, and the tank will easily be able to pick up the boss. Passives. After you evade attack, it will automatically auto-attack the enemy back. I just dodged, and it actually just went off. You'll dodge, and you'll automatically counter-attack, and gain Death Wish stacks. Next ability works very well with it. That's why tanks sometimes go the Finesse tree with their defense, because they get a higher chance to evade from this second passive. It's once you evade, you get 16% chance, increased chance to evade for 7 seconds. It works very well with the first ability because you automatically get a counterattack and you get Death Wish stacks. Next passive, sorry, is 15% less threat. Kind of garbage. As you can see, I just dodged and countered again. The fourth passive is after you attack, after you successfully attack an opponent, you get a 4% chance to increase critical strike chance. This stacks up to 3 times. That's 12% chance for 8 seconds. It is needed in this tree. It is an absolute must. And this is actually labeled wrong, though. You have to crit for it to pop up. As you see, normal attacks aren't popping up, so it is labeled wrong. You have to crit to get the increased chance to crit. So once you crit, you start critting a little more, and it keeps going on and on and on. You can just keep it stacked up. As long as you keep the attacks going, it'll continue to crit. The last passive is double the amount of Death Wish stacks. So anything that gives you, for instance, this gives you 6 Death Wish stacks, this will give you 12. Actually gave me 8, which is wrong. That's not supposed to be what it's supposed to do, but it's supposed to double your amount. At least in 1.0, it's supposed to double the amount of Death Wish stacks you get. But we'll see. In the Russian version, everything's poorly translated and going through a lot of changes. But that's your stealth tree. Very, very strong assassination type tree. A lot of damage really quickly, and supports the archery tree very, very, very well. So if you did want a type of hybrid melee archery type of thing, this works if you wanted to do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, you can do it if you wanted. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Nekrage from the Oran'Thul. If you're looking for a guild to join for Archeage, feel free to check us out at our website. I'll have a link to it in the description and in an annotation and all that. Subscribe and check out my other abilities. I mean, other videos for trees. Sorry about that. Thanks for watching. Later.